This piece slams up into the blade and completely stops the blade. It also drops it from the table, so you don't cut off your fingers, right? So it's a very safe saw, but there can be times where it doesn't necessarily touch your hand and has a false fire. So this blank right here does have metal shavings in there, right? So those big gold flakes are metal shavings. And while it did cut through the metal shavings, right, I sent it through this way. I sent it through resin first, and then it cut through the burl. So it made it all the way through the resin. As it was exiting out the burl, I don't know if I accidentally twisted it. I was using my gripper here. I don't know if I accidentally twisted it or what, but yeah, the brake activated. This thing is $95. It also ruined my blade, so I had to buy both a $95 brake as well as a new saw blade yesterday. Rip. But yes. So you guys remember, red light goes on means that we sense a touch. I'm not going to touch it with my hand. Looky there. That's just the blank leaning up next to it. And yeah, triggers the blade. So yes, very, very unfortunate that it was the metal shavings. The metal shavings that were inside of the blank that caused it to trigger. Yep, not cutting on that. Yeah, Acres, it was very, very unfortunate. It was a $200 lesson yesterday. So same with aluminum honeycomb, that will set it off. Yeah. I just had a moment, right? I only got the saw maybe 2 or 3 months ago. I split another blank. It was just pure resin. I didn't think anything of it. I was like, oh, I've got this other blank here. Let me just go ahead and send it through. And like I said, I don't know how it made it through all of the resin and into the burl. I think if somehow on the back side of the blade it touched and for some reason set it up, but it successfully cut through all of the resin the first time and then was going through the burl and it set it off. So big sad. It was an eye-opening moment yesterday, and well, at least it was easy enough. Sasaki said that whenever he replaced his blade, had to take off the brake and the blade. It was a pain in the ass. Luckily, I fixed mine in like 15 minutes, but still doesn't mean it wasn't less. Oh, I've had my dust collector open back here. Still doesn't mean it wasn't any less sad. Camera 2. All right, but yep, it's a lesson. You gotta know your tools. You gotta understand your tools before you use them. I clearly did not consider all of the variables that went into cutting this blank. So big sad, but we're gonna learn from it. We'll be fine. How you doing though, Acres? Acres, dude, I'm sorry we have not had a chance to be able to get to your tray yet, but soon, Acres, soon, buddy. Should be by this weekend, I would guess. Yeah. Life in Pain, you're right. I do need to. So you can turn it in bypass mode. We were talking about that earlier, where you can completely disable the safety mechanism. I think the smarter thing, at least the first step, will always be if there's a questionable material. I will do what I just did there, right? I'll turn the machine on and just touch it up against the blade and see if it goes off, see if it triggers the blade or not. And if it is questionable, just run it in bypass mode and then run it in bypass mode and then just be extra careful not to put my hands in there, right? You think resin can actually set it off too under certain conditions? See, Junk, some people were throwing out the idea that resin could have set it off. I don't know. I think you think it's building up static in there, cutting through the resin? Yeah, I don't know. Potentially, and maybe it's just a lesson to like not cut up resin. I do have my little bandsaw shaped object that I moved around and actually have it plugged in full time now. So I'm thinking from now on maybe I will just split all of my blanks on the bandsaw and not worry about the table saw. TW coming in with the sub, continuing the sub from Moko. Thank you so much, TW.